It's time for another super stressful. Oh my god, I have to get this done really fast to get it out in time video. This is one of those rare occasions where I'm recording this on the same day that it's going out. Usually I record a day in advance so I can upload overnight and then you get them. This is being recorded right now at 20 to 9. 20 to 9 on the 27th. And you'll get this in a few hours. Hopefully. Assuming it goes well. Probably be a bit late. Fez is going to be late. So this will probably be late. It's because of Arrested Development. I blame it all on that. Let's play the game. God damn it. Stupid game. She puts her fork between her lips and leans back. Where's my fork? Where's my goddamn fork? Not that fork. That fork has got stuff on it. It's just from my meal I just finished eating. Where's the clean fork? It's not here. Never mind. She puts her fork between her lips and leans back, looking at the ceiling as if the answer was written up there. So yes, we were talking to No Arms. A beam of light illuminates her face from the window side, creating a mask of dark shadow on the other side. The mysterious face. I don't know if I have the lighting to do that right now. That's like a MySpace profile picture. Don't do it. It looks terrible. I don't think it's anything in your head and something in your guts. Sorry. I don't think it's anything in your head. Something in your guts would be boringly ordinary, like this lunch of mine, and less delicious. The problem must be in your pants. Excuse me? This messed up Sherlock... Ain't nothing wrong with Matt Johnson. This messed up Sherlock Holmes kind of statement and the sheer lack of tact it was delivered with catches me completely off guard. Whoa! What? That like ultra embarrassed face they get into animes. I love calling it animes. The animes? I think I might have reeled back even physically as Rin's eyes widen in revelation and astonishment. So I was right. There's something wrong with your tackle, isn't there? Why don't I find out? No. Let's show you how it's done. Still partially in shock, but recognizing the need to reply something, I spit out the first thing I can think of. No, nothing like that. I have a heart problem, arrhythmia. I said it, more like blurted it out, but I said it. The girl in front of me purses her lips together and glowers at me, looking very disappointed. How boring. Trouble in the pants would have been much more scandalous. Why would you go to like... You have erectile dysfunction, please go to a school for disabled people. I mean, what, is there a better, would there be a crueler way to make you feel like shit for having that? What's with this reaction? She doesn't like penis? I'm sorry to let you down. I forgive you. I collect people and a person with, I collect people. And a person with, that kind of problem would have been really great. Collect people? People with different problems. Huh. So you just, go around asking people what's wrong with them. I'll just move this up here. There we go. Pretty much. I see. With little left to say, Rinus resumes her lunch, and the conversation dies away. But I keep thinking about what was said. It's the first time I told anyone about my condition. All the other people have either known about it already, or heard about it from someone else. Or didn't need to know about it, like every other student here so far. Should I have told it as a natural part of my introductions? Is it expected of me? Hello there, my name's Hisao, and I have a heart arrhythmia. Don't spook me. Ah! I like spook. Hi, I'm Hisao, and I have a very serious heart condition. There you go, see? Is that how I'm supposed to go around introducing myself from now on? As if our disabilities would define us? What a disgusting thought. It's like X-Men, but not, like, as cool and crazy. Disabled X-Men. That's like someone with, what's it called? Narcolepsy. Narcoleptic girl. Or maybe this Tezuka girl just has a natural interest in such things. As I walk to the back of the room to pick up the items on Misha's list, a chance opens to study Rin from the corner of my eye. Her hair is burnt auburn, almost orange, and cropped short. Long hair would be impossible with no arms. Oh yeah. The boy's uniform and the lack of arms make her look very thin, almost scrawny. She's not She's not particularly pretty, except for her murky green eyes, which flicker restlessly from below her short bangs, even when she eats. The distance and the shadows make it seem like they don't reflect sunlight at all, but instead absorb all of it within them like deep wells. She moves her feet almost as deftly as a normal person would use their arms. However, I can see how this sight could discomfort people, especially while eating. It makes me feel a bit uncomfortable, at least. I hesitate to think about the word unnatural, but it's too late now, isn't it? I keep searching the cabins and shelves for Misha's things, but after enough time passes, the silence grows too uncomfortable, so I try to force some conversation out of this strange girl. So, do you always eat alone and this late? Never know who's around. Or do you get the occasional visitor? Visitors? Maybe you are my first occasional visitor. But I don't always eat alone, either. Sometimes I eat with a certain person on the roof, if she's not horsing around. I wonder who that is. Horsing? She likes to do sports. I'll be the legs girl then. No legs girl. Oh. Sorry. And that's all I can think of to say. Oh. Okay. Both of us fall silent again, as Rin forks the last bits of her meal to her mouth. I look down at my haul and double-check it with Misha's list. It seems I have everything except plywood. So I think I have all the things now. That's very nice of you. Don't feel obliged to stay. I was about to take a nap anyway. You need to do whatever you're gonna do with that stuff anyway, right? Or perhaps you like to watch girls sleeping? Yeah. Just sitting there. Just me. Yeah. I'm not sure what to make of this, but Red looks serious. Like, do you want to watch me sleep? Because I'll just get naked and lie there and you can just stare at me. No touch, but you can stare at me. I like that. Even if I did, I think I have to be going. I'll catch you around, Tezuka. You can call me Rin. I feel that our relationship is at this point good enough to warrant this much. I was already turning to make my exit, but she draws me back in. Fine then. I'm Hisao. I hate that name. And you are. Rin looks at me hard in the eyes. Looks at my eyes. But that intimidating feeling you get when someone stares at you isn't there. It's like she's actually not looking at me at all, but into my soul. No, not really. She blinks a couple of times, and I can't figure out why a pause like this just popped between us out of nowhere. It's weird how people think that just because there's a silence, it necessarily needs to be filled. You know, there can be silence. It doesn't have to be awkward. You know, I don't always have to be saying stuff. See you later, Hisao. There's something like a tiny smile there in her face. Maybe? Tiny smile. Tiny smiler. I quietly back out of the room. I just shut the door in front of my face. And I whisper to myself, what an intriguing person. From inside, I hear a muffled sing-song voice. I heard that. I heard that. I'm like, what is he here? Oh my god, no, what is it? What is he here? I've forgotten the voice though. I jump at the sudden appearance of Misha, who I had not heard approaching despite the completely empty hallway. Somehow she had not gone to jumping distance of me without making a sound. Creepy. It briefly reminds me of Kenji's nutty theory about a global feminist conspiracy, but I pushed that forward aside. Shizune, standing slightly behind Misha, looks aloof as if she couldn't have heard the remark that drew Misha's attention, but Misha is visibly excited. Oh wait, more importantly, who's there? There's no club meeting today. Oh my god, no, the voice. Oh my god, wait, oh, shit, what is it? No, wait, who's in there? There's no club meeting today. I think that's it. She tries to curiously peek past me, even though the door prevents her from seeing anyway. She has x-ray vision, dude. It's part of the conspiracy. What are you doing here? You took so long that we came to check what's wrong. It's no good, Hichan. She wags her finger at me scoldingly. I found plywood, but everything else is still missing because you are tardy. Because you are tardy. You are tardy. Oh, sorry. I got the things here. I was just gonna bring them. I think that you were up to mischief, Hichan. Who's in there with you? I wonder. Misha signs something quickly to Shizune, pointing at her own ear a couple of times. I am deaf. Do the signs. Shizune immediately pushes her way past me and opens the door into the classroom I just left. I can only imagine the shock she's experiencing. With Shizune's diligence and attitude, the insolence of daring to deface school property by sleeping on top of it must be too much to bear. And indeed she stares at Rin, frozen in place. Apart from the slight but noticeable trembling of her shoulders from suppressed rage, I'm sure. Chocolate! Sleeping on the floor! Instead of blowing up, Shizune just takes a few deep breaths, adjusts her glasses, and slams the door shut, turning to sign furiously at Misha. Maybe she did blow up, but I can't understand it. She's looking pissed. She shoots a very loaded stare at me too, as if it was somehow my fault that Rin is sleeping on one of the tables. I think she's jelly. I hope she's not getting any funny ideas about the reason for my tardiness. Yeah, see? She's jelly. Hello? Rin's voice comes from the other side of the door, and it takes a few eye blinks to realize she might have trouble opening it. I open the door to find Rin directly behind it, looking at us with a half-interested, half-sleepy face. Hello?
Oh, that's pretty good right now. The yawn.
It adds to it. Hello? Miss Tezuka, what do you think you're doing? You absolutely are not permitted to use school property for such a disgraceful activity. Sure, it's suddenly very crowded in here. I don't know, I was this popular. It's hard to say whether she's happy or unhappy about this turn of events. At any rate, she ignores Shizune / Misha's scolding, so they have no choice but to drop the issue. Shizune taps Misha's shoulder, points at Rin, and makes some quick signs. Fucking bitch. Popularity aside, please don't do it anymore. I'm trying to get that up and down tone, which is what I assume they're going for. Anyway, how's your project going? Will it be done for this festival? Rin looks at them blankly, apparently at ease under the pressure Shizune's cold stare is putting on her. I keep wondering about that myself too. And? We'll think about it harder. As Misha signs a reply to Shizune, her face turns into an unsatisfied frown. Miss Tezuka, please try to make this seriously. I sound like Mr. Slave from South Park. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Miss Tezuka, please try to take this more seriously. It'd be a disaster if this wall looks like someone threw up their lunch onto it. I've totally forgotten the voice. It's like it's been a day since I did it and I've forgotten the voice. We'll think more seriously. Misha actually giggles at that. Oh my god! But Shizune doesn't. Not even after translation. She shakes her head, takes the materials from me, and takes off with Misha in tow. Rin frowns thoughtfully as she looks after the retreating student council duo. How rude. It's true though. I must finish my project before the weekend. There'll be dire consequences if I don't. The end of the world as we know it. Like, weekends usually are more dire. I have this, like, idea that she's very, like, just monotoned. Much more dire. Maybe I'll postpone my nap to unforeseen future. I'm about to ask what project she has and what are these apocalyptic consequences, but she walked back into the art classroom. Since you have nothing to do, would you give me a hand? This paint can doesn't fit into my bag, but I need it. She kicks lightly at a huge can of paint that's lying on the floor next to the table, and it goes everywhere. No, she was sitting and sleeping on. It lets out a dull clang. Being the gentleman I am, I slap her in the face and throw the paint on her, and then tar and feather her and run away. No, I naturally pick it up. Heavy. Yeah, sure. Where'd you need to take it? Away. And with that, she takes off to the hallway. Me and the paint can following, since there's little choice for either of us. Paint can's like, oh, come on, bro, let me go. I don't want to go. The hallway is quiet and empty now, with Shizune and Misha gone, so we two leave towards the stairwell at the other end. Every 10 or 15 or 20 steps, I have to change the can from one hand to another, because the thin handle cuts into my palm. At least it keeps my arms from tiring too fast. Oh, I just thought of what I could have said when Shizune was like, what did you do? What she was thinking what we were doing. We could have a cheeky foot job. Cheeky foot job. No, I guess it would be more like... Didn't really need to, like, expose my crotch to you then, I suppose. Rin strolls on beside me with an uneven pace that I have trouble matching. Or maybe I am walking weirdly because of the extra weight. I walk like that all the time. Like the Elephant Man. It seems one of us is constantly walking too slow or too fast, and I can't figure out which. 2 flights of stairs below, trouble appears in the form of the head nurse and his fox-like grin. Oh no, is the porno music going to start? Okay, no. Oh, it is, this is it. And take off your clothes because you, ow. I'm gonna take off your clothes because you have no arms and you can't take them off yourself. Ah, Mr. Neki, what a happy coincidence. Tezuka too, of course. He nods courteously to Rin, who does not acknowledge him back, then turns to me because obviously it's me who he had some business with. It's something I forgot to mention on Monday. I nod and wait impassively because I can't even begin to guess what he forgot. The feeling of the handle delving deeper into my skin doesn't make me feel enthusiastic about this interruption either. It's about your medication. Since you haven't been that long on your current medications, there was some unexpected side effects which might require adjusting dosages or even changing to another kind of medication. So we'll do a few tests regularly, but what I want is for you to keep an eye on everything in your condition that feels off, if you get what I mean. Nausea, headache, anything, and come see me if something happens. Alright. So how are you? Everything's fine? He's so creepy. I give up and drop the can to the floor. Paint everywhere. Before answering him. Apparently this takes longer than my biceps can handle. I'm about to say something generic as an answer, but then I realize how often I've done that lately. Other people have asked me that too. Teachers and students here, my parents, visitors, nurses, doctors, at the hospital. Everyone seems to be concerned about that. It's natural for a hospital, not so much for a school. Except this school. This is a small school, and both the student base and the faculty seem to be very tightly knit. At least that's the feeling I'm getting. And this is not the kind of school that gets transfer students too often. The thought sends shivers up my spine, but I give a generic answer anyway. Yeah. That's great. Also, one other thing. What's my generic answer? It's my generic answer, apparently. I'd do a face that somewhat resembles something that PewDiePie would make. I saw myself make that face then. That was eerie. My sources tell me that you've been at neither the school track nor even the pool. Go there. So I'd like to know if you have been taking up exercising as I asked. Of course I haven't, but this way of inquiring gives me the feeling that I should have been running my ass off on the track since the very first day. You have people spying on me? Not as much, not as such. I just happen to know a few people. But that's not the issue here, so don't try to slip out of it. You innuendo bastard. Well, I guess I was actually just gonna do some improvised weightlifting as an exercise. Yeah, it's good. I pick up and lift the can up and down for a few times, like a sad imitation of a bodybuilder. Yeah. Oh, feel the burn. Oh yeah, feel the burn. Yeah, that's right. Feel the burn. Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep pumping, pumping. Oh, pump to the left. Switch over. Pump to the left, because I was on my right. Switch over. Pump to the right. Pump to the right. Up above the head. The stupid grin disappears from his face for a second, and then comes back like it was never gone. He's schizophrenic. Suzuka, would you give us a second? The nurse grabbed me by the shoulder, without waiting for Rin's permission, which he didn't need in the first place, and dragged me aside. No! No! When I told you to exercise, I wasn't joking. I understand that you're still on your first week, and all. Please don't ignore the importance of this. I will eat your soul, render your flesh, and devour your soul. The reason I'm coming down this hard on you is that habits are not easy to form. The more you slip and postpone, the harder it'll be. It's the same with everything, like dieting. Can you promise me to be more serious about this from now on? Yes. Yeah, I promise. Definitely. He studies me for a moment, and then shrugs, smiling again. Okay, that's more like it. If you go to the school track tomorrow morning, you'll meet my spy, who probably has no qualms offering consultation to you if you want to jog a bit. Consultation? See you around. He leaves with a wave of his hand and no answer, and I walk to Rin, who has been waiting, idly leaning against the hallway wall and staring at the pale lighting fixtures in the ceiling. Even when I approach, she doesn't move her eyes off them. Are you getting medications for your heart thingy? Oh, she talks like I might sometimes. It's really weird. Not entirely, but a little bit. Were you listening? It comes out more accusatory than I intended. Were you listening? I intended. Accidentally lashing out at her. Were you listening? Ah! We engage in a karate fight. But even so, I don't really want to start thinking about it. I just met her. I don't know her. It's not her business. The nurse seems too happily ignorant about confidentiality, too. Talking about that kind of thing in public. Your flaccid penis, sir. It needs help. But it's not Rin's fault. Is it? I look up at her, suddenly feeling a bit guilty. But Rin is just staring. I heard a shout then. Is just staring past my shoulder, quizzically, her head tilted like a bird's. I don't know why this is so hard for me. It feels like there's some inexplicable lock that prevents me from being upfront about this. Yeah, for my heart. Will they make you better? No, not really. They just make it a little less worse. Rin keeps looking at me for a while longer, and neither says anything further, nor displays any kind of emotion I could discern. Beep boop beep boop, she's a robot. That's it. It's part of the conspiracy, feminist conspiracy. She's a robot. I'm thankful that she doesn't. I think I am still not quite used to all this. At the hospital, it was easy, but I still haven't sorted my feelings out about having to live a normal life with this disability. We leave the main building, and Rin leads us up onwards towards the dorm. We stop at the small patch of greenery in front of the dorm building. It's such weird drawings there. The dorm is built on a slightly elevated ground, with a wall and a few trees that everyone has to circle around every time they come or go. It's probably the only inconvenient design in the school. The entire wall, made of the same kind of bricks as the building itself, has been covered with some sort of painting. Most of it is still mere sketches, quick lines drawn with black and white against the grey plasterings that cover almost the entire length of the wall, but some places look a bit more finished. There are human faces and legs and hands. They're a bit eerie, the pictures. I can't quite say what the painting as a whole might portray. Death. It's the Death Festival, dude. Stacks of what seems to be paint cans are arranged in piles on the ground besides the wall. See? The left side is hardly off the ground yet. It's because I couldn't get in the mood yesterday, so I gave up and went to meditate instead. Then it was suddenly morning. I have to work on it, but the guys from art class are helping with the negative spaces. And base services, whenever, which is a problem. It's easier to paint big areas if there are a lot of people with hands. The reach is better, and it's faster too. She goes on a tangent, waving a little with her arm, or whatever of it there actually is. To demonstrate, even though I get the point already. The white cotton of her sleeve flaps around like a flaccid clown penis. And it makes me think I could look sadder than it does. It makes me think it could look sadder than it does. But it makes me feel out of place, like almost every tangible reminder of the student base's special properties has in the past few days. This girl doesn't notice my dreary feelings, of course, or the fact that she lost me a while ago already, and just keeps on blabbering. So that's why I'm trying to figure out if there's something I need to figure out. And then figure that out before it's too late, and all hope is lost. What? I gotta figure out. I'm saying to figure out before it's too late. Figure it out. Why would the hope be lost? Because paint has to be painted, and then it has to dry, and then it has to be painted over with another kind of paint. It takes time. She finally stops, apparently thinking she's made some kind of statement that makes sense. I think it's best to start from the top. So, this is your project? You did this? Yep. All of it? Yes. Nice, but you can ask how she can do it without no arms, because she paints with her feet. I stumbled my words, suddenly feeling like I've walked straight into the minefield of political incorrectness. Oh, yeah! The minefield of political incorrectness. Okay, here we go. Disabilities. Oh, I can't really throw myself around because my cat's on the bed and she's looking at me. Oh, keep going, political incorrectness. Whoa, racism! It's okay. I guess being racist and politically incorrect is just being racist. Stereotyping? Yeah, let's replace that one. It's okay. You can say it. I probably won't get mad. I blush really hard. Hardcore blushing. I don't really know what would be the right thing to say, if any. It feels like I'm way more sensitive than Rin is, though. This is really awkward. So any reason to say it. Do you want to ask? How do you paint without hands? See, I'm an easy person to talk to, right? With my feet. I almost guessed that already, but isn't that hard to do? You're good at guessing. Anyway, I don't think it is, but maybe I'm used to it by now. I can't get my mind around the fact that she could be an artist. Seeing how adept she was using her feet to eat, I figure painting might not be a problem either. Neither of us have anything more to add to the subject. The afternoon light works pretty well. I was afraid it would look too flat, but it's not like that after all. I think it's actually pretty interesting. I wanted to see what it looks like in dim light. Do you think it's flat? Well, paintings tend to be flat. Not like that flat, flat. Like some people are no substance, no meat, where there should be some. I know a few girls who, okay, I get it, but I couldn't really tell. I'm not that good with art. I can't name any artists or artistic terms. So I don't really have anything to say. Poop. There you go, that's something to say. Shredded wheat. Kittens. Valgreen. Alchemy. I'm looking at a book there. Rin shrugs her shoulders at that, saying, suit yourself. Without saying it, and looks up at the sky, as if trying to look for something up there. I didn't think I'd get any actual work done, but if you give me a hand with the paints, I could do a little before it gets too dark. I wanted a halogen lamp like the ones they have at the sports track, but there aren't any. Rin sure is quick to recruit my help, as was Shizune. It really makes me feel that the festival is such a big project that every pair of hands is needed. No pun intended. Why not? I'm not really sure if I can help any, though. Oh, sorry. Why not? I'm not really sure if I can help any. If I can be of any help, though. It's just mixing some paints. You can do that, probably. Do you have motor control problems? Like, those people who have some? No, yeah, like, those people have some? Cerebral palsy, maybe? Cerebral palsy. Oh, gosh. That I know of. I don't think I have cerebral palsy. I got it. Heart thingy has nothing to do with that. She gives me a sly look for no reason. No, it doesn't. Let's do it then. What? Paint. Oh, yeah, okay. So she sits on an empty wooden box and very naturally picks up a wide brush between the toes of her bare right foot. I open a few of the cans and pour some of the contents into the shallow bowls for mixing. The thick paints flow like wine, flow lazily from the can to the bowl like syrup. I mix them, creating funny, hypnotic-looking swirl patterns that melt quickly into each other to form a new monotone hue. Rin sets to work every now and then, asking me for a hand with something or the other. Finding different brushes is easy enough, but mixing the paints to be the exact tone this girl is apparently seeing in her head is a frustrating ordeal. She wants precision down to the last milliliter. Oh my god, I was like, what word is that? Milliliter before she's satisfied. But her instructions are obscure at best. Ooh, that looks like a Picasso painting. And half a splash of green. And a twinkle of fairy dust. And rainbows. I crouch down to pick up the can of bright green. The other green. This green. Alright, fucking alright. I carefully pour some of the other green paint into the mixing bowl. No, that's almost a whole splash. More white. Is green a good colour to add? No idea. You're the artist here. A hint of smile appears in the corners of her mouth. Do you lack an opinion? No, it's just I have no idea. It's okay, because I got an idea. Add more white. With this exclamation, I pour a minuscule amount of white into the bowl and mix it. It looks slightly whiter. It's not good. It has to be like the colour when you wake up and you know that you saw the meaning of life in your dream, but can't remember it. Alright, that's it's a mauve, that is. It's the colour. It's the colour of the meaning of life, apparently. Either way, I'm going to stop right here. We managed to spend a whole episode with Rin, basically. I feel like I got a bit done, I guess. Yeah, it feels like the time shot by. Either way, I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I have been Millbee. This has been Katawa Shoujo, and I see you next time. I keep doing the Kurt thing. I'm sorry. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. What the hell was that?